What is good, you guys? It's Lifestyle from lifestyledidit.com, and in today's video we're going to be going over something that's been requested to me so many times. I get asked about this a lot, and it's about how to sidechain your kick and 808, but only specific frequencies when sidechaining, not ducking the entire signal. So I'm going to show you literally the easiest way to do it. It takes about maybe 10 seconds to set up. You could tell it to duck any frequency you choose. I'm going to show you how to set it up and how to choose what frequencies to duck to make sure that the kick isn't interfering when the 808 hits, and to kind of move some of those frequencies out of the 808 so our kick punches through harder. All right, so you will see that I just have an 808 and a kick brought in here, right? They're both just playing standard C note. Now they don't sound bad, but I want to make sure that that kick occupies a certain frequency and the 808 is not occupying that same frequency. So easily, what we're going to do is just route both of these to the mixer track. And you can imagine this would be a full beat. I'm just making it easy because this is really all you need to see is these two, right? Throw them in mono, even though they already are. It's just habit. Kind of level them out, and this sounds good. So the first thing I do is go into a parametric EQ, and I look to see where my kick is kind of peaking, the first part of where most of its energy is. So you'll see it's mostly going to be around this 60 to 70 hertz range, right? If we solo this, that's where most of our energy in this kick is. So now that I know it's around 60 to 70, let's just go with 70 because that's where I saw it boosting the most. We could go ahead and take this off. Now on the kick, we're going to add the peak controller. So when we add the peak controller, we don't need to do anything. Let's just take this on and off. I don't know why sometimes it does that. It doesn't let it play. If you mute it and unmute it, it comes through. So as you can see, the peak controller is really just detecting where the kick's hitting. It's kind of like Trigger, right? If you guys have ever used that plugin by Slate, it's just detecting everywhere a kick hits. So nothing's happening yet. Now, this is all we need to do for the kick. Literally, it's just looking at where the kick hits, and now we're going to go to the 808 and tell it, okay, while you're looking at this, make this move, right? So it's basically the first source. Easily go to the 808, and we'll just put an EQ on. Remember, I said that the kick for this specific kick was very heavy in the 65 to 70 hertz range, okay? So over here, we could take any of these bands we want and create this, but I'm just going to take this second band right here. I'm going to go over to about, what did I say, 70 hertz, make it a little bit narrow, and then just bring it back down. So this is where it's set. Now, over here where we can adjust the gain of it, turning it up or down, reset this. All right, we're going to right click on it, and we're going to link to controller. Now it's going to be linked to that peak controller. So now it knows, okay, that peak controller was looking for this kick. Every time this kick signal hits, let's make this EQ do something. So the first thing we're going to do is go right here, click on none, and we're going to do peak because that's what we're doing. We only want to see that full peak. So we're going to hit peak. We're going to make this say inverted. And then we're going to switch this to 0.5, and I'll explain what this does later. But what this is going to do is bring the signal down. If we have it at 1, it's going to boost the signal up. So we say 0.5. Now you can see it's creating this dip, and then we have this time, which I will explain in 1 second. But if I just hit accept, now when my kick hits, you're going to see it duck on the 808 EQ. That easy. We just created a sidechain basically of multi-band compression without even using a multi-band compressor. So if we go back and we just right click on this again, link controller, it'll keep the same settings, but we can adjust things. So if we go with time and we push the time all the way over here, watch what's going to happen. Now we have a slow release time, right? So this is what's cool. You can mess with the release time to match your beat. If you go too fast, obviously with any release time, you're going to get distortion, so you don't want to go crazy. But we could go over here and make the release time really fast. Now watch what's going to happen. It's a very fast release time. So as like I said, you can mess with these and get a time that you like. So I'm going to put it on smoothing, and I'm kind of going to probably adjust the time to where I kind of feel like I'm hearing the kick come back up at the right time. I'm hearing a little bit of distortion, so I'm going to make it a little bit longer. It's too fast of a release. And I'm going to do a tiny bit more, and then we'll be good from there. So let's say about here. So now our EQ is ducking out this specific frequency on the 808 when we tell the kick to do it. Like I said, you can take this and put it anywhere. If we just move it over here, now it's going to duck over here. If we move it over here, now it's going to duck over here. All we literally did is route that peak controller to this specific band until it turned down, and then we gave it a time. It's that easy. So you can really get creative and kind of figure out how you want to do that. You can use this on anything you really want to do, but what this does is just create basically a multi-band sidechain with the EQ, so it's only cutting out a specific frequency. Now, just in case anyone wants to know, if you want to do like a low shelf, you can go over here and we can go to this band that we selected and give a shelf, right? And now we have this shelf. So if I reset it, now it's pulling down as a shelf. We could put it way over here. It's going to pull down over here. Most of the time you're going to use a normal bell curve, or you might use a low shelf, kind of depending on what frequencies and how much you want to take out. So like I said, very easy tutorial today, just something I wanted to share because I've been asked a lot of times how to do this in FL and how to do it easily. Some of you guys might have already known this, some of you might not know it. So if you don't want to use the limiter and pull down the whole 808, you can use this and just pull out specific frequencies. And like I said, you could use it on anything. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up. You guys can follow me on all social medias at Lifestyle Did It. Make sure to hit my site, lifestyledidit.com, for everything else. Other than that, subscribe to your boy, push notifications. Thanks.